several statements that I hated my mother. Me and my mother did not get along. We had a very poor relationship. I never said I was going to go on a rampage.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about your circumstances during the summer and spring of 2015. Were you seeing your family during that time period?
I was seeing my aunt regularly. I don't recall seeing my grandfather or my mother. If I did, it wasn't for long and we didn't speak much.
Okay. Obviously, you were present at 618 Henson Road on August 29, 2015.
Yes, I was.
Okay. Why don't you tell the jury how it came to be that you decided to go to Henson Road that day?
Well, M1 Grand's a somewhat expensive rifle. I could pay my rent for almost 2 months with it, so I had planned on selling it. And
when did you make that plan to sell the rifle?
I'm not sure. It was a couple days prior.
Okay. After Joseph Whitaker said he was.
Yes, it was after Joseph said it would be.
Okay. And why again were you interested in selling the rifle?
Because I needed money to pay for my rent.
Okay. And why then did you decide to visit 618 Henson Road on that?
I had a somewhat strained relationship with my grandparents, and I had a better relationship with my grandfather than a lot of other people in my family, and I wanted to do something to repair that relationship.
Okay. So what did you decide to do?
I wanted to go to the shooting range with him. That's something we've done in the past.
Okay. So how did you go about making that happen?
Well, I put my rifles in my car, and I put the ammunition in my car, and I drove to go see him.
Okay. And where did you drive specifically?
I drove from my apartment to 618 Henson Road.
Okay. What did you do once you got to 618 Henson Road?
My mother had lived with him several times in the past, and I didn't know where she was living at the time, and I didn't want to see my mother. I didn't want to run into her because we've had a lot of arguments in the past, and I didn't want to have an argument on this day. So I called my aunt to see where she was staying. My aunt told me she had a house or a trailer or something
When you
somewhere
say
else.
your aunt?
Amanda Vance.
Amanda Vance.
Had told me that she had a house or a trailer somewhere else. I don't remember specifically, but she told me that she wasn't there. I was under the impression my mother was not there.
Okay. And so where were you when you called Amanda Vance?
At the bottom of the driveway.
Okay. And is that the phone call that was reflected on the call log that was introduced as an exhibit yesterday?
Yes, sir, it was.
And was that the phone call that Amanda Vance testified to when she was on the
Yes, sir, it was.
Okay. After that phone call, what did you do?
After that phone call, I went and I got the M1 Garand out of my car, and I got a clip full of the ballistic tip hornady hollow points, and I got the clip that had staggered tracer and arm piercing ammo.
So you drive to 618 and you're at the bottom of the driveway. You've completed the phone call with Amanda Vance. What do you do next?
I walk up the driveway, and there's 3 buildings that they didn't really show any pictures of. The utility building's got a lot of his tools and that sort of thing in them. And I showed him the ballistic tips because I wasn't sure what to shoot with them. I wasn't sure if we were going to shoot metal or if he had something else that would be better.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to shoot up all this ammunition because I'm not going to be able to use it once I sell my rifle. So that's the reason I brought these to show him and to find something to shoot with him.
Okay. And what, after you've had this conversation, showed him the ammunition, what did y'all do?
At some point in time, I asked him if he had any 30-06 ammunition. He said he didn't know.
When did you give the rifle to your grandfather?
It was some point during the course of the conversation. I'm not 100% certain.
Okay. Now, how long did this conversation at the utility take?
A couple minutes, 2, 3 minutes, maybe 5. It was a long time ago and a lot happened.
Okay. And then what happened?
I followed him into the house, expecting that we were going to go see if he has any 30 ammunition or if he's, that sort of thing.
Okay. While you were present on the property, was he ever in the trailer behind the property?
Not that I saw.
Okay. Where were you in relation to your grandfather as you were walking from the utility building to the trailer?
I was walking beside him, and as we approached the door, I got behind him so we would go in the door single file.
Okay. When you say the door, again with
the back door, I heard the rifle click like he was putting rounds in it, but it didn't register at the time that anything had happened. I stepped in the house, and then I heard the gunshot go off, and where I was standing, you have to take a step or a couple steps before you can see into the kitchen from the laundry room, because there's a little bit of a wall here, and he was standing here and I was behind him. And
where exactly was he?
He was right in front of me in the laundry room, going into the kitchen, like the walls here, and he was right in this area.
Okay. How far is it from the exterior door from the laundry room to the door between the laundry room and the kitchen?
2 or 3 steps. When I heard the first shot fired, he was in the laundry room. When I heard the first shot fired, I could see my mother sitting at the table in, like, it was sort of at an angle from the wall here, so I could saw my mother sitting at the table. I heard the shot fired, and I turned around and ran.
Were you able to see anyone else in the room?
From where I was standing, I couldn't see anyone else, no.
Okay. What did you hear?
I heard screaming. At the time, I thought it was my grandmother, but I'm not sure. I turned around and I ran back to the bottom of the driveway, and once I got in my car, I called 911.
If phone record says about 5:45, and that's what the CAD report says, which I believe is...
That would sound right, yes. 'Cause I just told them that there was a murder and the police heard.
You heard Mr. Miller testify as to the conversation from his perspective as you were in the car, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What was that conversation like from your perspective?
I told him that he snapped. I was referring to my grandfather. I don't know if I mentioned my grandfather specifically, but in my head, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I mentioned my Mauser too, because, well, I was thinking about getting my Mauser and shooting my grandfather, but because I thought he was going to kill me. That's what was going through my mind at the time.
Okay. Why'd you think that?
Well, because I just saw him shoot my mother, so that's just what I assumed. While I was on the phone with Heather, he had come down the driveway, but I didn't notice that until the car was sitting next to me, the man was sitting next to me. I saw it right before he shot me, and then he shot me and it came through the car door, and then I drove down to the end of the road. I stopped at that house because that's just what I did. I don't really know why I did that. I wasn't thinking that much.
Where were you shot?
I was shot right here through my arm, and the bullet hit my chest. But I'm sitting there thinking that I have a bullet in my chest, and I finally look down and see that it's not. It's just sitting there, and at that point I'm really relieved, and I actually start laughing kind of hysterically after that because I realize I'm not going to die.